I'm Alex Seay with Bird Law Group. Welcome back to Bird's Eye View. Today we have a very special holiday edition of the podcast. While we video all of our podcasts, normally we're just sitting in a studio and you get to look at my face and my guest's face. But today you may want to go over to YouTube if you're not watching this on YouTube, because we will be moving around, going into the kitchen here. We're actually at my house. Instead of in the studio, and making some cocktails for the holidays, as well as baking something special that comes from a family recipe of mine. So a little bit different episode today. Be sure to tune in on YouTube so you can see all the fun we're about to have. And my very special guest, who couldn't say no to doing this, right, is Jenna. She is back for another episode. How do you feel about We haven't even started drinking. How do you feel about filming? This is a dumb question. I'm not going to ask you that because you're going to have to say you feel good about it because we're sitting here and we're doing it. I can't believe how fast this year has gone by. What about you?
It's crazy. I can't believe we're here. December already. Christmas, the holidays.
I know. And to think for 12 weeks of this year, you were on your own. Well, you had the team, but yeah, I wasn't there.
Sans Alex.
Okay. Well, yeah, so happy to be here. Can't believe it's already been a year and more than a year of Jenna being on the team. So all of it's flown by.
Well, if you could describe the vibe at Bird Law Group this year, what word would you use to describe it?
I had one in mind, but now it feels, I don't want anybody on the team to take this the wrong way because I think it's a beautiful thing, but chaos.
That was my word too.
No,
I swear to God.
You're doing this because you just wanted to not have to come up with a word, or you had a
No, I swear to God, but I was like, I better not say that. Why? But you're right.
It's been chaos.
It's true.
Organized chaos. Well, sometimes organized chaos. But I mean, I think the reason I'm saying that is because we have taken on so many new cases, with the Dr. Cole and Northside litigation, with the new Chappius cases we've got in, so many other cases that have come in this year. Just feels like, I haven't looked back and counted, but how many cases do you think we put in suit this year alone? I mean, I got 9 on the top of my head, right. 10, 11.
It's gotta be at least 20,
25, at least.
I mean, I could go through right now and count, like you said, 9 plus about 5 in my head.
Yeah.
Plus, it's gotta be 15 to 20.
At least. So yeah, it's been a busy year. Maybe busy chaos is the way to put it. Our team's growing. We are expanding the office. So hopefully at the beginning of the year, you'll be tuning in to some pictures of some new office space that we're going to have. Jenna and I are both getting new offices, and we are busting down the wall on one side of our office to have more space for our team. More space to do what we do, more space for our clients when they come into the office. One other thing I think we would be remiss if we didn't mention about this year is that we celebrated 5 years from me taking over Bird Law Group and continuing Bill Bird's legacy. Something I'm really proud of. I'm really proud of the team that has come together to be what we know as Bird Law Group today, and just looking forward to the next 5, 10, 15, many more years of helping clients to come. So I wanted to thank you for being a part of that, because we wouldn't have had the successes we did this year or be on the upward trajectory, try saying that 5 times fast, that we are without the entire team and without Jenna's leadership too. So thank you.
Thanks for letting me be a part of it. Congratulations.
Thank you. Okay, now it's time to make cocktails. So we're out of here. Here we are ready to make cocktails. You know what, I'm just gonna lean into this. I got something on my dress and I'm trying to cover it up. So if it slips out, it slips out. But in prepping our cocktail station, I wanted to stay festive, but real life, that's what we're about here. So yeah. What cocktail are you gonna make for us today?
So my favorite cocktail of choice is a martini. It used to be a dirty martini, but I've scaled back on the dirtiness.
I think what she needs to say, or what she wants to say, because she said this to me before, is she has a more grown-up, sophisticated palate and doesn't want all of the olive juice in her martini.
Or sometimes you just need a really hard, stiff drink. Okay, so
how do we make your martini?
My martini.
I got you some gin.
No, I'm a vodka girl. That's it. Now,
I bought this bottle just to do that to you. I don't do gin either.
You can make a gin martini. So there are friends of mine that drink gin. My husband drinks gin. He will drink a gin espresso martini, which I think is tastes okay. And
I
it's
thought you
kinda-
were going to say disgusting.
Well, it's kind of weird, right? Like you would think that wouldn't go together, right? The
No.
juniper berries with the espresso, but it does. But I always have dirty martinis. You know, I don't have all the fancy schmancy terminology, but I do usually do 2 shots of vodka. Whatever vodka you prefer is okay in this recipe.
But if you're asking Jenna,
My favorite vodka of choice is Belvedere. So I do 2 shots of vodka.
she'd be a really good ambassador for Belvedere if anybody from the company is listening.
And then I do 1 shot of vermouth, which,
What is vermouth?
great question.
Okay. I was a bartender and I still don't know the answer to that.
Yeah, I don't know.
You do a whole shot of it?
Yeah. So all the bartenders out there, maybe you guys can help me out with this one because I'm always stumbling on my words when I order a martini. Does this mean it's wet or dry if I do?
Dry.
Is it?
Yeah.
So we have a dry martini here.
I'm 90% sure.
Now, I personally would like just a splash of olive juice in my
Well, then
martini.
splash it. Just splash it. How are you going to do a splash? I don't have like a dropper. I probably do.
What we're gonna do is a little bit like this.
How'd you do that and not spill any?
Mom skills.
I'm a wreck in the kitchen. Okay. This is the best part. You have to shake it until your arms hurt.
Now,
Not my rules, not my rules.
The key to a martini, any kind of martini, honestly, is a very cold glass, right? Am I right?
Yeah, yeah.
So-
it just so happens. Are you gonna get it?
We have 2 cold, we have been chilling our glasses here.
And you can do this in you can do this in the freezer or a little water and ice and set it in the glass for a minute. It helps chill it a little faster.
But you don't want a warm martini. Nobody does, right? And so that's really what's key, is keeping it cold. And since there's 2 of us, I did make enough for both of us.
I've tasted Jenna's martinis before. What was that place we were at?
Highland Tap,
Yeah, it comes with a sidecar,
best martinis in town.
except for yours.
Oh, true.
Oh, and the lawyer in me wants to warn you that I accidentally bought pitted olives, so don't bite into it and chip a tooth.
Okay, I wouldn't recommend pitted
I'm not pitted, they're unpitted,
unpitted olives.
Hold on.
Olives
They
with
have the pits. So if you bite into it, you might lose a tooth.
Well,
And we're not even in Vegas. So
typically you can put whatever garnish you want on your martini. I like olives with pimentos. I sometimes like the blue cheese olives, which some of my favorite places have.
Okay, so let me just tell you the story why we don't have pimento olives. I had a huge jar of them, like Costco size jar. And I came home one night and I decided I wanted a dirty martini. And so I made myself one. And then I accidentally left the olives out all night. And I haven't been back to Costco. So I got these at Trader Joe's and I just picked up Italian green olives and didn't look for the pimentos.
They look great.
I had both kids with me, so.
So what do you do after this?
You drink it.
Cheers.
Woo! Jesus Christ.
It tastes so good.
I'm not made for that. I'm serious. Like, I don't know that I've made somebody that met someone who could make a martini that I have a full body reaction to, but you did. You did it. What does that say about me? I'm a wuss. No, what was the word you wanted to use?
Nuh-uh, we're not doing that.
Why can't you say it?
So you don't think it tastes good, or it's just too strong for you? Is it the vermouth or the lack of olive juice?
I don't know. I think so when I order a martini, and maybe this just makes me a wuss, like a sissy, I order mine filthy, extra dirty. I mean, I'm sure I've seen the jokes out there where like people print off the bev receipts and it's like filthy, extra dirty, whorish, nasty, slutty martini. That's me, okay? Tons of olive juice and vodka, and I just kind of coat the inside of my glass in vermouth.
What I'm thinking is, that's how I used to be. Just give it time.
Before you grew up.
Well,
So it's like
your
wine.
children-
Am I still like in the rosé white wine stage? I haven't like graduated to more sophisticated reds. That's what's going on in my vodka journey.
Perhaps. I will say that my vodka changed it for me too.
Belvedere?
But I used to get my martinis like super, super dirty. And now I'm like just...
All right, well, here's to bigger, bolder, birdier.
Here's a birdie martini.
Oh, that's a good one. Here's to birdie martinis.
I can't believe this. I've seen you drink a lot.
Don't out me.
But my thing is like...
Okay, now we're gonna bake. Jenna makes liquor, I make pies. Actually, I make liquor too, and probably somewhere in the middle we'll make a dirty martini.
Just pour more olive juice in there.
Oh, that's a good idea. But then it's not gonna be as cold.
Here.
This is a bad idea.
Wow, that's a ton of olive juice.
Okay, well, I gotta balance out.
You weren't kidding.
I gotta balance out all the vodka you put in this thing. Yeah, cloudy. Probably like it. Okay, now we are going to transition to making my grandmother's. Okay, that's doable. Pumpkin pie. All right, we are back to bake with our cocktails because that's how you do things. You make a cocktail first and then you bake with your drinks, right? Cheers.
Birdie martinis.
That's gonna stick. Getting used to it. Okay, so what we're gonna make, as promised, in this lovely box of all of my handwritten recipes from my grandmother. Like, fun fact, what I did one year is I sat down at her house and I took out a notebook and I just started writing down her recipes on different pieces of paper so that I could have them. Yeah, this one's her wine recipe. Actually, that's some of Nanny's handwriting, but yeah. I tried to make her wine one year. Fingernail polish remover. Okay,
man.
So I don't think I did it right. Or maybe they just drink different wine. I have no idea. But this is her pumpkin pie recipe that I wrote down. And this is what we'll be making today. You know, this is all like cute and stuff for the set, but this is actually supposed to be of some utility. Let's see. I might have it memorized, let's be honest, but just for safety. Okay, so what you do is you put all the ingredients in a pan and then you have to warm it up on the stove and kind of mix it all together before you put it in the pie crust and put it in the oven. So the first thing we do is 1.5 cups of pumpkin. And I went ahead and prepared my pumpkin. You can use canned pumpkin or you can have a fresh pumpkin and then you just peel it, cut it up, boil it, mash it. And then 1/2 cup of white sugar and then 1/2 cup of brown sugar. There we go. 2 tablespoons of butter.
Softened or room temperature?
Room temperature is fine because you're gonna put it on the stove, but great question. I'm trying to channel my inner, like, who's a good TV cook that you watch? Do you watch any?
Ina.
Oh, Ina Garden. Who's the pioneer, the lady on the farm? Pioneer?
Ree Drummond.
Yeah, but she calls herself something.
Oh,
Pioneer lady? Pioneer woman.
Pioneer woman.
Yeah.
You said it's a great question because, like baking, a lot of people don't know that a lot of your ingredients have to be all the same temperature. Like
Yes.
your butter, your milk, your eggs.
Right.
But we're heating this up, so
Anyway.
it doesn't
So it
really
doesn't really
matter, is what she was trying to say.
That is exactly what I was saying. So now it's a cup of milk. And then we have mixed all of our like smaller dry ingredients together, which is, let me make sure I don't forget something. Cornstarch, salt, cinnamon, and cloves are all in here. So those are going in. Cornstarch is important, otherwise you end up with a very runny pie.
Gotta thicken it up.
Right. I'm still a little shook from the cat situation. Sorry, I gotta get that out of my brain. By the way, maybe they just know I got those cats from my grandmother, so they're like, "Oh my God, you're doing one of Nanny's recipes. I need to be in the kitchen."
So it's
Her
special.
temper flared though. That cat.
It's special to her too, then.
Something. What the F? Whatever.
So do you make this every year?
Yes, usually every Thanksgiving and Christmas. Okay, there's the vanilla. Mix all these in a pan, and now we're gonna take it over to the stove. okay. And we take it over the stove. And you want to turn it on like medium heat and stir it together, but also watch it because this will burn. Although it never burns at Nanny's house. It just always burns at my house. So pretty much stirring constantly, and you just want to bring it to a boil and make sure everything's incorporated well and that butter goes ahead and melts down. So we'll let it get up to temp. And I've already pre-prepared the crust. And so once you have it rolled out and you want it to be chilled, that makes this part easier. Kind of just lay it in your baking dish, form it around the edges. You can buy the pre-made crusts too, or the ones that come in like, especially if you're taking it to somebody's house and you don't want to take your own pie dish, buy the ones at the grocery store with the pie pans. And then I just kind of go around the edge and, oh, will you stir that? I hear it popping. Thank you. And just push the crust down a little bit to give it that kind of that ledge. I'm sure there's a prettier way to do this, but it all tastes the same. Yeah, I just kind of got it like that. Take a fork, make a couple holes, just lightly in the pie crust so it doesn't bubble up too much. That does not go back in there, that's dirty. It's not burning,
not melted
is it?
yet.
Oh, okay.
I just
heard it bubbling.
Yeah, we could turn it down a little, I think.
Okay.
But we still
Gas
need our
stoves
butter
get-
to be melted.
They get really hot.
Yeah, they do.
The butter hasn't melted yet. Okay.
I'll keep stirring it.
And then you put your oven at 350 and bake for 20 to 30 minutes. Oh, fun fact, this is also on there. I was talking about how you prep your own pumpkin. This is from Nanny. Peel and cut pumpkin up, cook for about an hour, then beat with a beater until pumpkin is smooth. Don't want it chunky. So there you have it. In the master's words herself. And you can always do that the night before like I did and prep your crust the night before. It makes it a lot easier to do it the day of. And then you'll bake it at 350 for 20 to 30 minutes as soon as you get a little boil going, and then you pour it in here and we'll pop it in the oven. How's it going?
It's melted now, but I don't know if you want to let it boil some.
Yeah, you want to see it start to bubble. What is it? Does it smell good? Does it smell like pumpkin pie?
Yeah.
Loved it.
Fun fact about cloves, they make your mouth go numb if you use too many.
What? That's why they tell you to use clove oil when your baby's teething.
It makes it numb.
Oh my God.
Trust me, because I accidentally used it instead of chili powder one time in my chili.
Did you feed it to people?
Yeah, me, my husband, my kids.
What'd they do?
Everyone was like, this is disgusting.
You know, one year my mom made, she makes deviled eggs every year, but she dumped, it was either my mom or my sister, she dumped cayenne instead of paprika.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so now we just don't put any of the red stuff on the deviled eggs because you don't know which way it's gonna go.
Brandon still talks about the cloves like every time I make chili, which is like twice a week.
I'm big into chili right now.
It's easier for kids.
Yeah, well, my kids won't, well, I really won't eat it.
I really won't eat it because of the beans.
Any of it.
Oh.
It's
I was
just
gonna say,
weird
I have
for
a beanless
things.
chili recipe if you want it.
No, but so at what age do the kids stop caring if things are mixed together? Right now she likes...
If your kids don't like things mixed together.
She just started eating pasta with sauce on it.
Oh, really?
So we're getting there.
So she doesn't like casseroles and stuff.
No. Oh, and this is a ring that I will put on the, let's see, it's got these little ledges for the side of the pie pan. So I put it on here when baking it so the edge of the pie doesn't burn while you get the inside of it to cook. What were you talking about this at the office the other day? Yeah, it's Pampered Chef. We were talking about like MLMs that we grew up with, our moms and like neighbors going to. There's evidence of mine. It was Pampered Chef. All right, how are we looking?
It should be at least simmering.
Yeah.
I see it. I see that it's hot.
I'm cranking the heat up just to get I just want a bubble. That's all I want. I don't know about you, but one of the reasons I think I bake or try to cook complex things with a lot of steps is because it takes my mind off of work.
Yeah, I think it's very therapeutic for me.
Yeah, like Ryan can tell if I've had a hard day or a hard week because like I'll haul off and be like, I'm making seafood gumbo this weekend.
Yeah. Or like a couple weeks ago, I did a whole cake and a dozen muffins.
Yeah.
In one day.
Yeah.
So, and then I also think that for me, you know how I'm big on the rules at work?
Yes.
Our civil procedure rules. I think cooking, you can kind of put your own flair on it, but baking, like the science and the preciseness of it and following the recipe, because if you don't have everything together just right, like it won't turn out.
Right. And then you get the satisfaction from the result.
Right. So it's a step-by-step process that makes me feel like I did something right.
All right. So we've got our cooked pumpkin mixture, and then you just pour it in. Also, fun fact, the all-clad pots and pans are great, but they're really fucking heavy. Anyway.
What's your workout for today?
Yeah, something, man. Just kind of get it all out of there. Pour it in your pie crust.
Now, does Everly like this pie?
She does. She does. She started getting it when she was a baby.
Yeah.
Right or wrong on our part. But my grandmother always makes these. She'll send me home with them. She'll freeze them and send us home with them. And because even though I'm using Nanny's recipe, I'm telling you right now, it's not going to taste just like Nanny's. It never does. She's always got something about it that she does differently, or maybe it's just the fact that it was made in her kitchen. I have no idea. So, and she doesn't have to use the crust ring either, but somehow her crust never burns.
Interesting.
I know. Oh, it's not quite preheated yet, but as soon as it's preheated, we'll pop this in the oven for 20 to 30 minutes, and then we will have a pumpkin pie. All right, we're preheated. It's in the oven. Now we wait. Woo. Wow. All right.
That was fun.
Was it? I'm proud of how we cleaned up.
I know, me too. Two of my favorite things during the holidays is baking and drinking.
Same. Right. Together.
Yeah.
At the same time.
100%.
In fact, you know what I should have worn for this? I have a shirt that says, I just want to drink wine and bake Christmas cookies.
It's true.
It's my personality. So maybe some more serious stuff now that we've gotten our giggles out in the kitchen. I'm most grateful for my growing family. We added William to the family. We added William to the family this year and became a family of 4. And I'm grateful for my husband, my supportive husband, and my kids. Remember, his office is right upstairs, so we are literally intruding on his workday to do this. So I'm very, very happy that I have a supportive family that supports me in all I do. What about you?
Well, I'm grateful for the health and good things that happened for my family this year too. It's hard not to say your family, right? We're always saying at the office family first.
Yeah, that's true. I was also thinking, like, heaven forbid if you get your husband to watch one of these episodes and I give a shout out to my husband and you don't give one to yours. I feel like you would pay for that.
Yeah, I would. It's fine. I too have a very, very good support system at home. You guys know we can be busy at the office.
Yeah.
So, I'm grateful for my husband who, like you said, Alex, he works from home all the time. So he's always willing to help me out, be flexible with the kids. I'm grateful for my kids' health, my husband's health. We got a dog this year, so we grew too.
Dash. Fun fact, my son's stocking has not come in yet, so it's not above the fireplace, but Jenna's dog has one. So let's just hope that this podcast episode doesn't hang around long enough for my son to see it and understand that the dog had a stocking before he did. But for what it's worth, the cats don't have stockings.
Oh.
So.
That's good. I kind of feel sorry for the cats now.
Do you want them?
No thanks.
The holiday season brings a lot of different feels and environments for a lot of different people. As a mom and a wife and a member of a larger family, what do the holidays mean to you?
So I love the joy of just like seeing my kids so happy this time of year, so excited. And it is kind of like we were talking about with The Office. It's chaos, but it's like good chaos, right?
Yeah.
Like the hustle and bustle. It's cliche, but like I love seeing my boys excited about all the various events. You know, we've got Thanksgiving coming up, we've got Christmas, we've got coming down the stairs in the morning to see what Santa brought. That's one of my favorite moments. We were just talking in the office the other day about in my family, the four of us, we keep that moment pretty private between the four of us. And like you said, coming from a big family, it's not one of the moments that I had growing up. We always had a bunch of people at our house, cousins, aunts, uncles, grandparents. So I really cherish those moments with just the four of us in front of the fire, cup of coffee, watching the kids unwrap presents. It's just so fun.
That's same kind of, I don't want to call it a rule, but yeah, same sort of thing in our house. Christmas morning is for Ryan and I and the kids.
Yeah.
And maybe for Christmas, Ryan gets a new office chair. I don't know. Literally, my palms are sweating.
Oh, I
think
know.
it's talking about the holidays and being excited to see the joy. Well, it's in Everly's eyes. I mean, William's going to smile and be happy because that's just who he is right now.
He's a baby.
He's a baby. But it makes me anxious because but in a good way, right? Like motivationally anxious because I want it all to be perfect.
Yes.
Maybe that's why my palms are sweating.
Well, I think there's a certain pressure too, like as a mom, right? You want everything to be perfect for your kids, and like these experiences are part of their core memories, which everyone's always talking about. But I like the pressure of it because in sometimes we get stressed out, but you know, we're creating memories and traditions that our kids are never going to forget, and that I think is one of the most important parts to me.
I think that's true. Do you ever incorporate your kids into holiday baking and cooking?
I've started to more. My oldest is like very into baking right now.
I love that.
The little one is a little bit more
not
he's into baking, but you know, he doesn't understand like every time he touches his fingers he must wash his hands, every time he takes a taste he must wash his hands. We're working on it. The older one really is into it though. This year a couple times at school he's brought baked goods to his teachers. He helped me bake a cake. He loves making cookies. So this year I think is going to be the year he really gets involved. But that's what I remember when I was growing up, baking cookies with my mom, my aunts, my grandmother. So I think that, you know, that's a really strong family tradition for us.
That was a big thing. My mom was not the baker. It's my grandmother on my dad's side. And then me. So I've been the one that bakes in the house and even at my mom's house for Christmas and for the family. But a big thing for my mom was always the salt dough ornaments. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Where you like make the dough with a ton of salt in it and then you like put the kids' hands in it or their feet and then you let it dry and you bake it and then you paint it and then you put it on the tree. We must have done those, I feel like every year.
Have you done them with Everly?
I have, and I've done them with Caden, my nephew, and with Everly. I have not done them with William yet, so this will be his first year. But I'm actually going into Everly's school and I'm doing it with her whole class. I know.
Wow.
Just like the Grinch.
That's awesome. Can you please send photos?
Funny. So this is why I'm telling you about this on camera. I was going to see it. No, I'm just kidding. I told him that I had a special helper, that Cindy Lou was coming too.
Oh my God.
And turns out Ryan doesn't really fit the bit. So.
Well, he can be the Grinch and you can be Cindy Lou.
That makes a lot more sense. So yeah, I mean, it's kind of the same for me. I love to host and put a bunch of pressure on myself for everything to be perfect. But I think I always go into the holiday season telling myself, don't put pressure on yourself. They're going to love it no matter what. It's going to be what it is, and it will be the perfect that it needs to be or whatever. I don't know. There's probably some motivational saying out there that says it better than I do, but it's really hard to implement in practice.
Yeah, and I did read something the other day. There's like a lot of pressure to do new things, and really the way that kids develop these like memories or whatever is just sticking to the same traditions every year.
Oh, really?
So like dispensing with the pressure to do something new and keep it interesting is something that made me feel a sense of relief.
You know, that's interesting because we have something that my mom used to make for breakfast every Christmas morning. And before my sisters and I had kids, we would go to my parents or stay the night at my parents, even when we lived out of the house, right? We would go spend the night with my parents on Christmas Eve, wake up together there Christmas morning, and my mom would always make this breakfast casserole thing. And now my sister and I both make that every morning at our houses for our families.
Yeah.
So yeah, one year my mom tried to deviate from the plan, and she wanted to make this new like overnight oat recipe that she had. One, we don't do well with change, but two, it was terrible. So if you find something good, maybe stick with it for your kids' sake. I appreciated my mom always trying to find something new and interesting to do, but sometimes it's like the simplest things.
Yeah, and you remembered it.
I do.
Yeah,
the overnight oats stick out big time. And Dad always makes, this is crazy, I've never really thought about this. He always makes a tenderloin for Christmas Eve dinner. Mm-hmm. The only year he didn't was the year he had to have surgery, and I cooked, and I made shrimp and grits because my dad hates grits, and he couldn't eat regular food yet because he had just had the surgery. So it was the year we could make shrimp and grits without excluding my dad from Christmas Eve dinner.
Wow.
So that's the only year we ever deviated from that, though.
So my mom's side of the family, we always had spaghetti.
Really?
Yeah, every Christmas. Big Italian family. So my friends all thought I was weird because we didn't do like the turkey or the prime rib or the whatever. And so when my husband came into our family, he was like, you guys do what? And so with my family, when we celebrate, we stick to that tradition. And then with my husband's family, we stick to the turkey and the traditional sides.
What is a tradition from your side of the family that you introduced to your husband's side of the family?
We've been talking a lot about cookies. One of the interesting things that we did, so we got married 3 days before Christmas, and instead of a cake, we did a cookie table. So like Christmas cookies were a huge thing. So what we did is we invited all of our friends, close friends and family to make cookies because that was like our tradition. And then, you know, when my family comes over to, what we would have is Christmas Eve, we would have Italian sausage. Christmas Day, we would have spaghetti. And then Brandon's family would do like a lot of like, you know, finger bites, appetizers, dips. And so now when we host Christmas Eve, we combine those two traditions.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. So that's like kind of what we've done. And so our kids have had the flavor of both sides. That's traditions. Really cool. Yeah.
Well, my husband's family's in Ohio, so we usually end up seeing them a little after Christmas. We, you know, let the kids have Christmas morning here, and then we fly up to Ohio. But so I guess I'm trying to think if I've introduced any of our traditions to them. It's probably our New Year's Eve traditions, actually, because on New Year's Eve, or on New Year's Day, my grandmother always said, you need to eat something green for wealth in the new year. Mm-hmm. You need to eat black-eyed peas for luck in the new year. And it's like some kind of pork. It was ham or hog jaw.
East Tennessee's coming out.
My grandmother would bread it and deep fry it. Okay?
Oh my gosh. But that sounds good though.
The shit of it is, that's for your health in the new year.
Interesting.
Still trying to riddle me that. So I was up in Ohio and I was like, you know what? It's New Year's Day. I was like, I'm gonna make a traditional like East Tennessee New Year's Day meal for Ryan's family. And so I went to the grocery store and they don't have hog jaw in Ohio.
I bet.
Not that cut of the pig. So I ended up getting like country ham and then making collards and black-eyed peas. And I remember them all coming over to our little Airbnb that we have next to his parents' house. And they were like, what is this? Like, what's going on? I was like, this is for your wealth, this is for your health, and this is for good luck. Eat it.
Did you have cornbread with it?
I did.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's what we learned in the South.
Very Southern of me. And then I also made like a side of something like kind of more easygoing. Like I think I made like chili or something. So I knew everybody would eat something because I was nervous that they would be like, what is this? And what is your nonsense? What is this country bumpkin shit you brought up here? That's what I was scared you were going to say. But everybody was really cool about it.
Yeah, so, that's great.
Yeah.
I mean, I love my favorite of the New Year's is the black-eyed peas, I do the Hoppin' John.
Yes, I know. Yes. Does that have like tomatoes and stuff in it?
And the vinegar.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
That's really good. Did you ever go?
No, but I think that's probably why you haven't done it, right? Is that's like when I tell people where I work, it's the first thing they tell me about.
Yeah.
They're like, I was at Halloween celebration with my kids, and this other lawyer who I knew through his wife came up to me and was like, oh, oh yeah, where are you now? And I said Bird Law Group, and he was like, oh, the thing I love about Bird Law Group is the Christmas parties.
Bill was known. I'll have to dig and see if I have some pictures of some of the old Christmas parties, because our office was in a big warehouse. And half of it was finished, half was unfinished. But in the finished part, we had a ton of space. And he would bring in a piano player. There were 3 different bars. There were 3 rooms of food, including lamb chops, like an action station of shrimp and grits. I'm trying to think. I mean, it was just a ton, and it was this big to-do. And Bill's thing was he wanted to invite everyone.
Yeah, that was one of the things that everyone always says when I hear them talk about is the guest list was phenomenal.
We had judges. We had folks that were in the House, in the Senate, in the Georgia State Legislature. We had defense lawyers, adjusters, in-house lawyers, like hospital administrators, plaintiffs' lawyers. I mean, it was everyone. His way of practicing, and I think kind of the way he went about life in general, was reflected in that Christmas party. It was, we should all be able to get along, even though we're on opposite sides of the V. And I mean, I've made some lasting connections at those Christmas parties. Yeah. They were a lot of fun. So maybe one day we'll bring that tradition back. Those are some really big shoes to fill.
That's a lot of pressure. Parties. Talking about pressure, that's pressure.
It's a lot. It was always a really big production, but it'd be a good way to honor him. A little close to do it this year.
Yeah.
We'll start planning for next year. Do you have a goal?
Well, I jokingly sent Alex a text a couple weeks ago, and I said the New Year's resolution for BLG is to become a well-oiled machine. And so it's a big, lofty goal, but I think like getting in sync and streamlining our cases, keeping them moving. We've got some new people coming on. Now that Alex has come back from maternity leave and had a chance to settle in, starting the new year fresh, going through our cases and seeing those that we could do what's best for the client and maybe wrap them up or take them to trial. Just sort of getting on, call me, I don't know, getting on a roll, whatever.
Lofty goals.
I know, we got a big goal.
I was going to say I want to clean my office, but although that's something I definitely need to do. It's, I don't know, have you ever watched the show Elementary with Sherlock Holmes?
I have not. I know that show, but I haven't seen it.
I feel like his house office, I'm not comparing myself to Sherlock Holmes, but it's always a mess, right? Because his goal is to find what he's looking for, get to the next thing, figure out the problem at hand. Like there's no time for organization, putting stuff where it belongs. Mm-hmm. I feel like I get very involved in the task at hand, right? Whether that's running something to ground, figuring something out, and don't necessarily keep my stuff as organized and put together as I need to. So I definitely do need to clean my office, but a bigger goal for 2026, and this is a personal one because I am 6 months postpartum now. I started about 2 or 3 months ago going to the gym 3 days a week, and I want to keep that rolling. Hopefully at this point I've created a habit. I don't remember how many days they say you have to do something to make it a habit, but my goal is to continue that through the year, to not let that fall off or fall to the wayside, and make that my health and longevity a priority so that I can be here for my kids for many, many more years to come.
It's a good one.
Yeah, it's pretty heavy. Can you think of a funnier one? No kidding.
What's your goal for the firm for the new year?
Bigger, better, bolder. I love alliteration.
Do we need to be bolder?
I mean,
I'm just kidding.
I feel like everything I do is understated.
Totally. I think on a personal note, I need to do this. I say this every year, kind of like what you're saying about the office, but I just need to do a better job of being present at work. I've even said this on some of our content on our Instagram and stuff, as being at the office when I'm at the office and being at home when I'm at home, and just being present in where I am instead of looking ahead all the time or behind. Right? Is like we've gone through so much this year, like you were saying before. It's been such chaos. I'm excited excited to put that behind us and move forward. And be in the present.
Yeah, I feel like it comes in rounds in what we do, right? Or in waves. One year you'll have a bunch of intake and a bunch of new cases. And then once those get filed, and that was kind of this year for us. I think that's why it was a beautiful chaos, but there was a lot going on at all times. There was not a lot of downtime, and continuing to push the cases that we already had. But then next year, I think the wave that comes is now these new cases are filed, we've initiated them, which the investigation and initiation is, gosh, probably more than half the battle, really. But now we get to take those cases and we get to take them to the next level next year. And that's where the well-oiled machine comes into play, and really digging in and, doing what we can to push those and to get justice.
For our clients,
Yeah. So looking forward to next year. Thanks for everybody who tuned in to this unique version, or unique vlogcast version. I'm not hip. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed baking with us, making cocktails with us, and stay tuned for the first episode of next year. It's a big one. I'm excited for it. And remember, like, follow, subscribe. Nanny's recipe is linked. It's here. I will share it with the world. It's the best pumpkin pie there is out there. There's no bones about it. And stay tuned. We'll see you on the next one.